Imagine not being able to do the things that you love most. As soon as that parachute opened and I realized how unstable my shoulder was, I was terrified that I would not be able to do the activities that I love. And afterwards, when I went to the doctor, they told me I needed surgery, but I realized there has to be another way. So about a year ago, I decided I wanted to pick up a new hobby, as I do. I've always been very active, grew up playing all the sports. So I decided it was time for me to start snowboarding. And I had been really into surfing, was super excited about picking up this new winter sport. My first day out, I had one of my skier friends teach me, and I ended up dislocating my shoulder from a bad fall. I ignored it. I thought I would be fine, and I started doing some of my other regular activities, rock climbing, surfing, snowboarding over the course of the next year, and I thought I was okay until I went into one of my other hobbies, which is skydiving. So I went to do one of my first jumps out of the plane, and as soon as I jumped out, I realized that I must have just learned how to compensate for some of the torn ligaments in my shoulder, because my shoulder was unstable. I was 8,000 feet up in the sky, and I was so lucky that it did not pop out. I landed on the ground, was able to pull my parachute, made it safely, thank God. But I realized that I was not okay. I was in major pain. As soon as I went to the doctor, he told me that I would need surgery. That would have been, they told me, 6 to 8 months before I can return to my regular activities. So I've had surgery done on my knee, I've had surgery done on my wrist before I knew even what Regennex was, and those procedures are so invasive, so painful to recover from. But thankfully I knew Dr. Lewis, and so I called him up, got a second opinion, and he was like, I think we can help you recover so that you can get back to the activities that you love without needing surgery. And I was so happy to hear that I didn't have to go through this invasive procedure. They take such good care of you. I felt so comfortable the entire time. They numbed me up. I was under conscious sedation. I didn't even have to go all the way under. And I experienced about like 3 seconds of discomfort when they're like pulling the syringe out, but it honestly was the most comfortable, non-invasive medical treatment I've ever had, and I'm really excited to not have to get my surgery done. So for me, a few minutes of discomfort versus 6 to 8 months of not being able to move, that's a no-brainer. So it's been about 3 months since my regenerative medicine procedure, and I am so happy to say that I am feeling so good, so stable in my shoulder. I'm back at it, back at my active lifestyle. I was able to continue to run and do all of the things while I was healing, and now my shoulder is stabilized and I'm able to go rock climbing again and do pull-ups and it not feel like it's gonna pop out of my socket. So I'm so grateful to have found regenerative medicine and to have been able to avoid having surgery and to have my shoulder back and be back at the activities that I love. I can rock climb again, I can do pull-ups, and I'm just so grateful to Dr. Lewis and the whole team. Definitely recommend regenerative medicine. Just see if it works for you before you go for that surgery, because I'm definitely so grateful, and I'll definitely be using this for future injuries. And I'm glad to be back at it.